The word seance comes from the French word soit, which means to assemble. And one of the most important parts of the seance is the room. It didn't matter if it was in a private home, private building, public building. You didn't have to have somebody who had died in that room or somebody had been murdered on the location. The important thing that it was dark and dim lights and it was quiet so they could communicate with the spirits. The mediums would usually start off with knocking or rapping, as they would call it, to communicate with the spirits, such as knock once for yes, twice for no. They would also rely on candlelight because the spirits could manipulate the flames. Got this one? Okay, it's electronic. If there really was a spirit here, they could still manipulate it, but they are attracted to the glow of the warm candlelight, so if they really wanted to, they would. But it was popular in Victorian times to have the live flame. They would use table turning, and we'll get to that in a minute. But the medium would do her thing, communicating with the dead to those who wanted to hear from them. When she felt that the spirits were growing weary and needed to go back over the veil, she would release them, blow out the candles, and the seance was finished.
I don't sit and hold the cameras up in people's faces. So this is the Barkley house. We're going to do a quick walkthrough, and this house is just, oh man, look at this. Oh my God. Wow. Oh, amazing. How are you? Wow. No, oh, there's somebody there. Hi, how are you? Look at the candles. Wow. This is absolutely amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, he was oh good Lord. Hello. Yeah, this is absolutely amazing. Hey, thank you for doing this, man. This is amazing. I do a little filming for my channel. I do some promotional stuff, and I'll definitely take a little clip and I'll send it to y'all. Sweet. So I use cinematic music. I put everything over it. So yeah, amazing. And that right there is pretty cool too. So yeah, God, it feels great here too, man. Oh, it's nice meeting y'all. Are y'all going to be doing the thing tonight too?
With the seance part.
Oh, amazing. So here's the Barkley house right here. There's a picture of it, and wow. Wow. This is absolutely amazing. So how many bedrooms are in this place?
It's one large room here.
Yeah, there's two fireplaces?
Two to the left. And then upstairs is just kind of
wow.
The same thing.
No, that's not a person there, so.
No.
Okay. I was filming at the Kate Shepherd house and one of the other ones in the Oakley house in Mobile, and they had one of those in the bedroom, and that was her actual gown that she passed away in. Yeah, so needless to say, I was a little.
We've done this program before at a different house that's undergoing some reservation work, so we're doing it here.
Oh, awesome.
House this year, but I think we prefer this.
Now, do y'all go? Can we go upstairs too, or is that not part of the tour?
It's not on the tour. There's nothing up there.
I got it.
It's
Yeah.
kind of just our staging area.
It's actually beautiful. This house is original as to.
Yes.
So how did
these are the pictures you're seeing around the room? These
Yeah.
are pictures of it through the years.
So, so how did it hold up during the hurricanes like Ivan and Sally?
As far as I know, pretty good. Sally was fine, no issues.
Yeah.
Ivan was before my time, but I don't think there were any significant issues with it.
Wow, this is absolutely
So
amazing.
you can see all these beams were original.
Oh
so
yeah,
it's pretty,
look at that.
Pretty sturdy.
Wow, man, dude, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Another picture of her.
Yeah, back in 2010 they did big preservation effort, and then that's when they rebuilt the kitchen.
I'm just gonna snap a picture. Oh, there's somebody there. How's it going? Wow, surprises. Yeah, this is.
Today we got modern restrooms. Modern
Yeah.
catering, kitchen. We do a lot of.
So this was probably something else, like another room or something, or.
Yeah, I believe this was like the cook's sleeping area, living area. This would have been a detached kitchen.
And this here is the this was a remodel or remade or.
Yeah, so we I think they had some historic photographs that they based these on. So it's on the footprint of the original building.
I mean, I'd tell you that roof looks.
They did a very good job.
Yeah, I started to say that looks real, and I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me. It's historic, and it's as old as this. You said it was built what, 18?
Circa 1825.
1825, and living right here on the Gulf Coast, man, this is.
Yeah, now
this
historically,
is crazy.
Before Bayfront Parkway was built, that was the beachfront.
So right here was.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this was right on the water.
Wow. And it's just some offices here, maybe, or something.
It's a catering kitchen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dude, that's amazing. Wow. Put another picture up there. Cool. Thank you so much, man. I just wanted to see this. And like I said, when I signed up for this, I was like, first of all, this 18th century seance, not just a seance, 18th century seance. And I was like, wow. And then it was here. Because like I said, I drive by this every day.
Right.
And I slow my car down just to look. And I'm just like, this is absolutely amazing. And
yeah, they'll get into the whole history of everything.
Oh, good deal.
It's a good time.
Cool. Look at these pumpkins right here. Thanks again.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, about 2 or 3 minutes. We'll go in there, got some snacks. And
Yeah, awesome, man.
After a person died there, then that could be a signal that you were going to be the next one to die. They also thought that it could help widows move on with their grief, because if they don't see themselves looking sad, I guess they won't be sad anymore. But a lot of deaths back then, so they did have a very high mortality rate, but people were still living into their 70s and 80s as they do today. A lot of that mortality rate was boosted because of the high childbirth death rate. So infants from 0 to 2 and a lot of mothers would be dying in childbirth, so that kind of kicked it up a bit. But there were also major epidemics like the influenza, yellow fever, smallpox, also common workplace accidents in the factory or on the farm. And there would also be outbreaks of cholera, which can be caused by unclean water. So if your sanitation's a little iffy, that could be pretty bad.
Developed was called the daguerreotype. So those were really expensive. They weren't really the best, so it was kind of uncommon. It was very expensive, but it was still cheaper than a portrait painting. But after that came the ambrotype. It was a little cheaper, so it was a little more available to the middle class. But the thing is, the quality wasn't very good, and they were also printed on glass, so it was very easily breakable. So photography started picking up a little more. But then it really hit its stride with the tin type. So once that came around, it became super available, really cheap. It also wasn't as breakable as the amber type, so it was a lot better to keep. So once photography started to become a really big thing, the more you would have these death photos. Yeah, so if it happened very recently.
Okay, these are examples of death photos. And apparently these right here are actual real ones, so let's take a look here.
Gosh, did you see how thin my border was? She never gets anything done.
Children.
So commonly the bodies were prepared in the house.
All right, we'll go over and look.
And we're preparing the body, so usually they be made enclosed by the
Cool.
family members. Usually a piece of cloth would be tied around their head until rigor mortis sets in to keep the mouth from falling open. And then they'd usually close the eyelids and place coins on that. And that comes from the ancient Greek tradition where you have to have the coins to pay the ferryman to get to the underworld. So that kind of carried over. And then so they wrap the body, dress it, and then they have it either in a coffin or a casket. So this is a coffin, and then the casket is kind of the more rectangular one. And white was often used with children because it sort of symbolized innocence and purity and youth. So they would have the wakes here in the parlor rooms of the house, and often flowers would be brought. And at first, it started out to kind of cover the smell because you've got a body here, but then eventually it kind of became a sign of respect. The more flowers you have, the more respected and loved you were. There would also be commonly a veil placed over the body, especially if the person died from illness. It might be